Hey everybody, this is Rydo, and we are playing Star Wars, the Clone Wars. I believe it's called the Old Republic. Let's continue. It's too long of a name.
Listen up. Our orders are to neutralize this droid outpost, and that is what we're gonna do. Let's go get them, boys. Shinies.
So, we played the first...
Fire you can. Important to the Republic. Are you? Run sideways and backwards by using the sticks together. Try it.
So, we're no longer playing as Anakin Skywalker and the Padawan Ahsoka. And now we're playing as one of the 4 stormtroopers, not clone troopers. And I can do a 8-directional shooting with my right stick, or I can pull the right trigger to shoot. So we're doing a very different style of gameplay. Y shoots a... Let's see. Y throws grenades that are a kind of electric grenade. If you die, you come out of these 4 save checkpoints just as easily as the other characters.
Crouch behind cover. Most useful this is. More protected you can be.
It really doesn't make sense as far as why I'm the character, by the way, in the middle here, this guy that's running. It doesn't make a lot of sense why Yoda would be instructing the stormtroopers. But there's just like a shooting gallery game. It's a little much.
You carry. Special it is. Careful with your aim, you should be. When grenades you use.
Like, I have always wanted to see the potential.
Before you throw, you should.
Like, I want to see slightly less violent games for kids. That being said, this is the PG-13 equivalent of violence. They're blaster guns shooting robots. Nobody's bleeding. Nobody's showing any real pain. Their bodies disappear. The consequences disappear. A lot of things that are in games for the very reason of not looking like realistic violence. I want to come over here and get an artifact. So, explosive grenades. I'm not seeing any explosive grenades. Like, I'm trying to figure out if there was a button I was supposed to press. Like a true kid, I've not paid attention, and because I've not paid attention, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I'm about to die.
Use your other weapon? Yes?
So maybe I needed to pick that up and then do this. And where's the button? That's odd. It seemed to just...
Okay, we're through. Let's move.
Let's just try this again. That's not an explosive. So what do I press? Oh, I have to hold left trigger to use the other weapon. Okay, good to know. And these guys don't really jump.
Over low walls, when right in front of you they are.
You have to stand right in front of them. This is kind of pandering to the stereotypes of children being ADD and spasmodic and not wanting to stick with the same gameplay style. Because we very quickly shifted gameplay style. In a weird way, some of the LEGO games do have small sections. But like let's just keep on shooting people. And I would say this is not a finished element, a finished way to do this game. Here we've got a challenge to destroy droids any way I choose. Like, can I throw and throw and throw? It seems like you don't really kill them. So I got like a silver there and 300 points. I'm just gonna do these challenges once, and if there was some idea of doing them multiple times, I would hope that you could interact with that and do the challenges without having to run through the levels. But maybe you will have to run through the levels because this doesn't feel like it's a super long game.
Strike the droid you can.
Like, I wouldn't be surprised if there was as little as 2 or 3 sections with each character style. So you might play a couple times with the Jedis. You might play. I just forgot what side I was on, and was punching the stormtroopers. I'm so used to episode 4, 5, and 6, where the stormtroopers and clone troopers are the bad guys.
Guide roll in the direction you are moving, and avoid blaster fire. You will.
This is too much programming, honestly. Like. Yeah, but it does feel like you would, generally speaking, have the opportunity to play as either a droid or a Jedi in every section of the level, of every level. That doesn't make sense or work, however, because the previous level before this, you clearly needed some double jump abilities and some platforming abilities that these stormtroopers simply don't have. Do I have to hit this guy with a bomb? So, if this was not a kid's game, the level of challenge here might be a little high. However, the only thing that's causing me trouble right now is the fact that he has been programmed to run a certain direction. So I'm hitting these shield guys, and then I'm hitting them with an explosive. I'd like to see this statue of whoever this is supposed to be, but the game is opted that I can't do that and instead decided I have to just stay here and throw bombs. If this was not a kid's game, it'd be kind of cool if you had to try and save, heal, and protect your other, your fellow soldiers.
Did you hear something? Sounded like it came from Outpost 2.
Found something, Sergeant. Looks like a droid holo communicator.
It's probably nothing. Outpost 4 would have warned us. I think your communicator is on. Whoops.
That's kind of funny.
General Skywalker, discovered a possible cluster of droid outposts in this sector. We could use some reinforcements.
I read you, Sergeant. You and your men check it out. We'll meet you there.
Copy that.
So another level that took about 10 minutes and we got gold. And this would be level 3 for this planet.
Nothing that can't handle, huh?
And so we're back to
Quiet, Snips.
playing as
I think our
Anakin.
ride is here.
Oh, now this time I'm not playing as Anakin, I'm playing as Ahsoka. And she has this faster, more crazy spinning of the what is it, the lightsaber.
Hey, look! Jedi! Don't let him get away! Roger, roger.
And see, this feels like I'm supposed to be racing over here. Like, you're not supposed to come back this way. So I'm supposed to go through here, right? I was just not going far enough. And here's something that we saw a lot of in LEGO Star Wars The Complete Saga. The idea of having these vehicle levels. They feel like they were mandated by LucasArts, which I almost said Disney, but this was before Disney would have owned Star Wars. Okay, we'll accept that right bump. Hit the left bump instead. This would have been slightly after the time of the Episode 1 race, pod racing elements. There was certainly a significant number of pod racing games that came out. Fortunately, I don't think any of them are actually going to get ported to PC or Steam, so I don't have to ever play them. But as George Lucas decided to make Episode 1 this kid-friendly new Star Wars for a new generation, the idea of having racing elements seemed to be required for every game, even though that made it incredibly incredible. Wow, I missed a bunch there. Like, it's really difficult to have to program a completely different game mechanic, and that's all this really is more game mechanics that just won't play right. See, I'm wondering if I'm gonna go in circles or if you replay and you can only collect the points that haven't been collected before. This feels very Pac-Man like. Just collecting these power pellets. And when we get to this this section, that's when we so collect the most points in a time limit. Okay, so new idea here. Collect points. So this seems like this would be an easy way to grind, and it doesn't seem like he does too much. There doesn't feel like there's a way to speed up this process either. No dash button on this vehicle. Yeah, that was just 1,500 points though. Not incredibly high amounts. It's strange that you're not able to shoot with the right stick when controlling these vehicles.
Hey, don't remind me about Stinky.
Apparently that was a pet.
Dash quickly you can. Out of danger. This will take you.
Yeah, didn't we just learn that ability in the previous level with the other characters? I guess it is kind of important for them to remind you that you can do that. Because you're playing with these platforming abilities now. I'm trying to grab a ledge, but it doesn't seem like the game wants to let me do that. I'm also trying to see if there would have been a way to switch places. That too seems not to be something. There's a new hologram to collect. More artifacts. And this time when you fall down you don't die, you just suffer the frustration of a not perfectly programmed system. Let's just go ahead and ignore. These guys are barely shooting at me. I am playing on easy. However, I am also finding
to do more damage.
I'm also finding a decent number of ways to die. And now we gotta power up to try and double jump and do this. And my force pushes don't seem like they really do anything. There goes my extra damage power up. Let's see. And these won't explode unless... well, they won't explode as I would like. Hey, now I've got a point multiplier. So, before I die and lose this point multiplier, let's try to get some points.
Nice of you to drop in, sir.
If it were up to me, we'd have been here sooner.
This isn't a game, Snips.
Yes, Master.
It'd be nice to follow the story of Ahsoka and the other characters and see them become well-trained Jedi, but then all of this kind of has to wrap up in episode 3 and episode 4, where all the new characters from the Clone Wars are just not there. One assumes they're already in jail or dead.
As soon as your fighter has been refueled.
Thank you, Cody. I'm going to speak with the station's commander. I won't be long.
Master Kenobi.
Here we have Obi-Wan
Master Flo,
Kenobi.
I wasn't expecting to see you all the way out here.
The will of the Force is most inscrutable, Obi-Wan. But I am grateful that our paths have crossed.
And again, this may just be cutscenes from the cartoon. Or this might just be a nice cutscene.
That is ill news.
Indeed it is. I've had to cut short my time on Ryloth to meet with Senator Amidala. Anakin and Ahsoka will have to clean up Wat Tambor's mess without me.
And how is Skywalker faring with his young Padawan?
Very well. He's a natural teacher.
Good. Training a Padawan is a great responsibility.
True. And young Ahsoka is quite a handful. A lot like Anakin was at her age.
You find this amusing?
After what I had to put up with, I sense it too.
It seems kind of a shame that episode 3 kind of skips all of this. Like the growing up of Anakin Skywalker.
Quicksand and into the Sarlacc pit. This doesn't look good.
Breaching the security post!
Quickly, this way.
So
Door appears to be jammed.
Open with the Force. Damaged doors can be. Some doors require 2 Jedi to open. A formidable team. 2 Jedi make.
Yep.
Very well done, Obi-Wan.
Now, what this feels a lot like is the gameplay of The Force Unleashed, where you were basically running down hallways, running very fast, slashing up.
Where is the rest of your squad, Trooper?
They went on ahead to defend the security post, General.
Hold this position. We'll check on the security post.
Apparently, I was supposed to go this way. Hopefully, I didn't miss something.
I sense something.
Master Jedi, help!
Use the Force. Help you with that.
Stunning work, General.
See, it seems like you just automatically attain the rank of General for being a Jedi. It's a kind of oddly theocratic organization where the religious sect of Jedi outrank even the highest
To increase your points.
military people.
Things are heating up, boys.
The combo bar seems like it doesn't really give you points as much as it gives you
Oh no!
As droid production goes up, the quality goes down.
They don't need quality if they can bury us in droids.
When running, slide under gaps in droids you can.
interesting. So you can slide. And the big space fights is a Star Wars thing.
I fear we lack the strength to win this battle.
It's only one Separatist frigate. We still have a chance.
One of the problems
Most
I
unfortunate.
think that George Lucas made, one of the mistakes he made when making Episode 1 though, is he took what was really
Lightsaber a Jedi can. Dangerous this is. So focus you must before you release. Cannot.
like he turned what was a
With a full combo
space opera
extra damage. Your saber throw will do.
story that had a lot of character focus. Like, there were a lot of characters in episode 4 and 5 and 6, but it was still a story mostly focused around those characters. Episode 1, on the other hand, introduced the very unlikable Jar Jar Binks And also introduced
Ride on a destroyer droid.
thousands and thousands of droids to kill, and had these giant battles that went on for too long. And even when young Anakin and Obi-Wan were in the room, often there would be other guards in the room shooting. I guess I should just knock those guys off.
We seem to have emerged unscathed.
And in many of the scenes, it would have worked a lot better if the guards had already been shot or lost or just not there in the first place. Let's see, push droids into hazards. I'm supposed to push these into hazards? Apparently I'm supposed to just tap Y. And probably need to charge up the Y attack. And I'm having trouble even seeing where I am. So I've got about 500 points. So they want you to do charge pushes. There you go. That was only silver, and honestly that's probably all I deserved. It's weird to take a break out in the middle of the story to do these challenges, however.
That was lucky.
We appear to be at a dead end.
The turbo lift shafts are just beyond that wall. Those droids may be just what we need to break through.
Come on, jump on this guy. Guide this guy and then shoot him that way. That's... I knew what I was supposed to do. Getting it to actually happen is a completely different thing. Dealing with the lock-on is difficult. And it seems like you probably would only collect all of the collectibles in this game if you had 2 players. And I kind of even question if you'd get all of them. Another artifact. I probably could purchase some things, but I'm questioning whether I actually need to purchase anything. And I also am kind of questioning, do my points disappear? Or are they just saving up? Like, you would generally assume in a game like this that I'm sitting now on a decent collection of points. But it is possible I'm not, and I should spend them before I lose them.
Nothing gets past me.
There's some droids in that elevator. I don't think we ever see elevators in Star Wars. And I die. A lot of dying because of just falling. Let's see. Let's give this an option. We know these hats and masks don't make a lot of sense, and we have 21,060 points. These are purely aesthetic things as far as I can tell. There's nothing that says anything like it would increase your thing. Here's an Indiana Jones hat, and let's see, Darth Maul, Darth Vader. 0 artifacts required to unlock. So apparently we've already unlocked 3PO's head. So you can just toggle it on. Now, combat upgrades. Longer combat cooldown, extra damage from crouch shots, double max secondary weapon capacity. That probably is not a terrible idea. Cause extra damage when riding vehicles, wider force push, faster to charge. That's not a bad idea. Spins around the body twice in a widening circle when they throw a light sub. The force kill, I don't think we'll use that much. Longer shockwave from a jump attack, longer combo. Alright. We'll take this and this and this. And then that leaves us with 8,000. And more shots, go further, take more damage, lay more mines, do more stomps, do more damage, stay on longer. I'm not sure I need any of the droid jack options. And then these dancing things seem like they would just make the droids dance, and it seems like a silly thing to purchase. And then the other cheats, I think they all cost artifacts. Infinite thermal detonators, not a terrible thought to start off with, and honestly I could have purchased it relatively quickly. Continuous extra damage for 20,000. I think that's our next thing just to have. Let's just save up 20,000, have continuous extra damage at all times, and a continuous full combo bar at all times for 40,000, and that fixes any real issues. Continuous invulnerability for 100,000, probably not worth it. Let's come out here, and we are wearing the C-3PO helmet. I don't like the way that looks at all. I certainly thought that maybe the hats and masks would have been a understatement and it was actually an entire costume change, but no, it actually is just hats and masks. So it's been another 30 minutes. Again, not getting any great indication on how long this story could go. It could be a really, really long game, honestly, of just very similar elements and very repetitive elements. But since this is probably made on the cheap for kids, I wouldn't be surprised at all if it turns out that there's barely 6 or 7 levels in total. That's going to be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want a friend to follow me on basically any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.